Yo, Breezy.
Yes, sir.
It is time for us to continue the show, man. Part 2 of Are They the Real Deal or Not? We got like 6 more divisions to break down, man. It's a lot. You ready?
Let's get it.
Boom. Oh, shit. Wrong one. I did it again, Wayne. I clicked the wrong one. It's the BAM intro. I clicked the wrong one. I can't find it. There it is. Okay. All right. I think we got the kinks worked out, man. Wayne, what's going on with you, big dog? How you feeling today?
I'm Gucci, man. I'm Gucci, baby. You know. Sitting there vibing.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it, man. Some nice beats going on over here on this side of town, man. So there's not much to report in the sense of 49ers news, at least not much that I want to get into right now. A couple of guys reporting back to practice. That's what a birdie told me. What'd the birdie tell you?
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple of guys that were listed day to day are going to be practicing today. I think, I believe Fred Warner, I saw was getting his pads, and so was George Kittle. So day-to-day injuries, they practicing today. Everybody can relax. You want them two out there on the football field, period. Like, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's basically the good news. That's the good news. I got a question for you. Have you heard or noticed how John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have conflicting reports recently about some guys? Like, they were like, oh, you think Cowing is going to get his way worked on the field more? And John was like, yeah, I do. I think he's ready for it and blah, blah, blah. And then he got 0 snaps with the offense. And then they were talking about, like, how Christian McCaffrey was, like, ready and getting ready to ramp up. And then it was like, nah, not so fast. He's got tendonitis in both legs. Like, these guys are on opposite sides of these stories a little too often for my comfort, no? Is it just me?
I think it's by design. I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. I think it's all by design.
That's interesting. All right. Oh, I hope you're right, man. I really, really do. Listen, we're going to jump into this, guys. We got a lot of names or teams or divisions, I should say, to get through on this wheel, and we are going to try to find out, are they the real deal or not? Now, I don't know why this doesn't let me go fuller screen than this, but this is what it's got me doing. Can I zoom in on it? I can't. All right, you ready, Wayne?
Let's get it.
Let's see who we end up with here on the first one, real deal or not. All right. Looks like we are starting with the AFC North. All right. Now, this is a really interesting division here. This is the one consists of the Steelers, Ravens, Browns, and Bengals. Yesterday, we started from the top and worked our way down. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Let's start with the Bengals, Wayne. I need to get your thoughts on them, man. Are they the real deal or no?
I don't know. It's interesting, right? Like, I don't feel like the Bengals. I feel like I'm not sure because they're 1-3, right?
Yeah, they're 1-3.
So they got their first win last week. Will this be? Listen, we've seen teams lose 3 straight and be the team to beat. So I'm gonna go with still not sure. I don't think they're overall like a bad team like their record says they are, but they got to find a way. They got to find a team that they can get right against, and then hit a stride, and then keep it moving. They are different this year. I really believe, Mixon not being there changes up things for them. But if that's the case, then they need to use Chase Brown and Zach Moss a little bit more. Like, stop relying on Joe Burrow to be the passing guy. Like, get it to your running backs. They are dynamic. They might not be Joe Mixon, but you got 2 that can do the things that Joe Mixon did. Brown's a hard-nosed runner, quick speed to the outside. Moss can catch out of the backfield. So they just gotta change up their stuff. I'm gonna go with unsure. Like, I'm not sure about them.
Still not sure. I'm not mad at that. I think they're closer to real deal than they are optical illusion, right? So I think that this is kind of who they are. I think still not sure is where I would fall also. Like, they're not optical illusion like the Bengals are 1-3. They're pretty bad. I don't think they're that bad. But this ain't the real Bengals that we're seeing either. So I like where you put them. All right. The next team in that division that we are going to discuss, man, you said that the Bengals, or we said that the Bengals are 1-3. Another 1-3 team in that division are the Cleveland Browns. Now this one might be a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. But how do you think about them?
Again, like I'm still not sure. Like, all right. So here's the thing, right? Like for me, for football to work or operate for certain teams, the way teams are built, they like to run the ball, bro. And as great as Jerome Ford gave them a spark last year, this ain't last year. And they're getting Nick Chubb back. I don't know if he's going to play this week. Got to give him a couple weeks to get back, but his practice window definitely open. And we all know that the Browns are a lot different when Nick Chubb is back there. It don't matter who the quarterback is. So we could throw Deshaun Watson under the bus. We could say he's not playing great football, but he also doesn't have – they're also not running the ball well either. So if they're not running the ball, he's going to drop back. Defenses are going to play pass. They already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a disadvantage for him. So I think getting Nick Chubb back makes them a little different. I would like to say that I'm not sure right now until I see Chubb. When Chubb comes back and if they continue to lose, then I'll be real deal. They're not a good team. But they're only 1-3. And if I put the Bengals there, I'm gonna put the Browns there.
Wow. Okay. And if you look at the list, man, I mean, Jerome Ford is ranked 24 in total rushing yards. So, I mean, Wayne's right. They're not giving you much to write home about. And Zach Moss is right there at 26. So those guys are there. Wayne is being consistent. You know, I feel like the Browns are a little bit snake bitten. Like, they're just not meant to be good. Right? Like, football is fun when the Browns are good, but, like, they go out and they get Deshaun Watson. They give him this contract. They think he's going to be the man. He has not looked like himself while he was there. I don't care what anybody says. I haven't seen this guy look or resemble what we wanted him to be, but I digress. We got a lot to get to, so I'm going to stop. But I think another game or two we'll have a better idea of who they are.
I agree.
I think that's it.
Like I said, I would love to see them, you know, with a legit running back. See if that changes up the way that teams have to defend them. Like I said, it's super easy to defend. Just imagine if Jordan Mason wasn't Jordan Mason. Where would the 49ers be?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen the
we know
running
because
back
you
list.
can't say
Brock
we don't
Purdy.
know. We know. We know exactly. We see the rookie ain't going to get it done, and we'll be relying on Patrick Taylor II, who didn't get it done in the NFL where he was, and we wouldn't know what he's going to be. So you can say you don't know, but we kind of know.
Well, yeah, but my point was I haven't seen a running back list Brock Purdy. He's always had a solid back there. Maybe Brock's good enough to keep this team at 2-2. How different would the Niners record be?
No, they would play defenses would play Brock totally different, bro. They wouldn't have to stack up to play the box because the 49ers couldn't run the ball, so they wouldn't have to stack the box, and they'll just play pass all game. And so now you're hoping that now you're going to ask Brock Purdy to be athletic and run with his feet? No. Nah. I think if we didn't have Jordan Mason, and that's my point, like Mason is literally saving the 49ers offense to continue to do some of the things that they've done with Christian McCaffrey there. The Cleveland Browns offense can't do that. Even though I thought Jerome Ford was going to be something different this year, but that was last year.
Right. Okay. All right. I like it. I'm not mad at it, man. We got the 2-2 Baltimore Ravens right now. This team, man, this is the most scrappy team in the NFL. Like, I feel like they have their games where they blow people out. They have their low-scoring games where it's close and they might lose some low-scoring games. But this team just feels like they consistently win 11, 12 games and make a playoff push. And I feel like
AFC 49ers, like literally. Like that.
I
That's
was
what
gonna
they
say
are.
I feel like they never start hot either. So is that what they are?
They're the AFC San Francisco 49ers. Like that's what they are. They're gonna consistently win some games, lose games that they shouldn't, but be in the playoffs. And that comes down to head coaching and getting certain players to do what they need to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Shout out to everybody out there in the chat. I can see you, Christy Marie, Faisal, Eddie G and the B-Dogs, 49er Chanel. He don't watch my shows no more. He's like, F Wayne. I don't deal with him. Nah, Jax, I'm just messing with you, bro. Jax Knox, Cruz Garcia. What's going on, guys? But nah, seriously. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? Like, that's who they are. I don't get them as a scrappy team, but they can win scrappy games. Guess what the Niners can't win?
Scrappy games.
It takes a scrappy mentality from the head coach to win scrappy games. Who's the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens?
Harbaugh.
He's a
John Harbaugh.
He's a scrappy dude. So that mentality carries over onto their players. It's not that they're just a better team. They just have a different mentality on how they win. Kyle's pretty, finesse. Harbaugh's gritty and dirty. Like that's what it is. But that's old school football compared to the new age football. What's good,
So
Cruz?
are they the real deal?
100% real deal. 100%. They're going to be contenders every single year as long as they keep their quarterback. And now, you know what they lead the NFL in? In rushing. So now, it's not because just of Lamar Jackson now. It's now they got a running back.
They had the leading rusher in the NFL. It's not. Yeah.
My point is they were always top in rushing, and that was because of Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they got Derrick Henry, and they still don't have their 1-2 punch. And so,
oh my God.
wait till they get Keaton Mitchell back, bro.
Bro, they really have two top 10 rushers on the same team. Like Lamar Jackson's ranked 9th.
I was just messing with you, 49ers. Now it's 6:50 a.m. over there in Guam. Godly, he's up early.
But Lamar Jackson's got 308 rushing yards on the season. Derrick Henry has 480.
Bro, like
that is nuts.
Bro, they're the number one rushing team in the NFL, hands down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like the Cardinals is up there
it's
too.
Not close.
I feel like the Cardinals are like number 3, 4. They're in the top 5 for sure.
James Conner is at 295.
Kyler Murray's 164.
Yeah, 164. That's crazy. All right, let's keep it pushing, man. We got the first place Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I'm going to start. I think this is an optical illusion. I don't think the Steelers are this good. I don't know why I feel this way. I just don't think that they are a 3. I don't think the Steelers are winning 75% of their games this year. I don't see the Steelers going 12-4, 12-5. I'm sorry, I don't.
This is another team, bro, that just now this is a scrappy team. Like this is a team that always finishes enough to be in the playoffs and draft right in the mid round. Like they won't win, but they get the mid pick and they get a good pick, right? And so like it'd be like, dang, like so they're a well coached team. It's something about these well coached teams. You know why the AFC North is great? They're literally well coached. Maybe not the Cleveland Browns
That's
coach,
true.
but everybody else is respected thoroughly in the NFL, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that.
And that's probably what keeps these teams afloat. I'm gonna rock with you on the optical illusion here. If they I'm just gonna do it. No, because they're not winning because they're a good football team. They're winning because their defense continues to play lights out the majority of the game. Then the defense gives up the gas because they're out of gas. They're on the field all the time. Yo, if Russell Wilson could literally just complete a pass, like not Russell Wilson. That's my thing. I need to see this offense with Russell Wilson. I know we're getting Justin Fields, but they're not throwing the ball very well. And that's the issue. So if Justin Fields can just figure out who is his go-to guy. Looked like it was going to be last week it was Pat Freiermuth, right? If that's going to be his dude, let it be the dude. Usually the tight end is the best friend of the quarterbacks. You got to find a way to get Justin Fields activated in the passing game. That way, whatever he does in the running game is extra and more, and it's more dynamic. You don't want any of his runs scripted. You want him to play football and say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a play because they messed up. Boom, I take off and run it." And that's what he did last week. And that's how they got the dub last week.
That's how they got the dub, baby. All right, let's go. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I forgot to hit remove AFC North. Thank God it didn't land on them. We get to go to, it's close, NFC West. It's time, man. It's time for us to break down our division. All right, so Wayne, man, this is not the way we wanted it to be, but here we are. We got the Rams. We're going to start from the bottom. So we got the Rams, man. 1-3. Team very, very beat up. It seems like they're really, really tested all the time now. I don't know. What do you think? What do you make of the Los Angeles Rams?
Like they compete year in and year out. So the version we're getting isn't the Rams. Like they're just trying to figure out ways to stay
survive
relevant. Yeah, the best way that they can. Like their whole offense literally is depleted, and I'm not gonna knock a team when they're down. I do want our team to beat their ass, but I'm not gonna knock them while they down. Like I expect our team to win, and our team couldn't win. Like our team lost. Like at the end of the day. Now the Cardinals handed them the business, which is who we play this upcoming week. But it's funny because I really feel they're a well coached team with a veteran MVP-esque type of a quarterback, right? Like that's what Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl champion, like that, like it's stuff that come with being a champion, man. Like the respect level is a little different. The thing about Matthew Stafford is he's gonna go out every single week. He's a tough guy. They're finding out ways on how to win. The 49ers game was a gritty game, and they beat us. They beat us in gritty style football. Literally, they had to. They had no finesse players, bro. So that's my point. If they could just tap into their grit side and they're not dealing with a team that plays gritty, they'll get more wins until they get some of their cavalry back. So I'm going to go optical illusion here. Like, I know, and the reason why I can't go still not sure is because I know for sure it'll be a different team with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Totally different. And their tight end, Higbee. They're missing all them dudes.
Yeah. All right. So we also have the Arizona Cardinals with the same record, but are in third place. How do you feel about them? And by the way, I love the optical illusion designation for the Rams. I thought that was spot on.
See, I feel like the Arizona Cardinals aren't there yet. So I feel like this is the real deal. Will they win some games? Yes. But coach is not as experienced. He's got to deal with a bunch of monsters. They do got one of the top.
Did they get rid of Cliff?
Yeah, Cliff is the coordinator for the Commanders.
That's right.
Right. They got some monsters, broski. I'm just telling you what I think I know. I think they the real deal as far as who they are. Like, and you just gotta come out with your game plan and continue to beat the team that you've been beating over the past several games. Like you know what I'm saying? With Russ there. Like, have that game plan and do what you normally do against the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think Kyle should or would get out-coached. And if the Rams were healthy, they would be the worst team in the division.
Okay. Wow. All right, so that's how you feel about the Cardinals, though. Real deal.
Man. Like I don't know what else to say, bro. Like they 1-3 too. Who they beat? The Rams.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up is us, man. The San Francisco 49ers. 2-2. Lost some games that we shouldn't have lost. Won some games that we should have won. How do you see it?
I mean, the Niners are the real deal, right? Usually a team that usually starts off slow anyway. And it takes them a minute to get acclimated to whatever. We got a new defensive coordinator. I'm not saying there's a new philosophy or new plays or anything like that, but I think there's, a bunch of young players out there still trying to figure it out by getting their feet wet. But the offense has definitely, I know they're not scoring a lot of points, but I think the offense with Brock Purdy, I just feel like they're surging upwards. You're getting a surgence from your third wide receiver in Jawan Jennings, and Debo has been dealing with injuries for the past couple of weeks, and Brandon Ayuk is still coming along. George Kittle dealing with injuries for the past, and so they're still finding ways, you know, to be productive. The Niners just got to continue to figure out how to capitalize off of opportunities and just be better in certain areas, just like every other team. But like the Niners, when you watch 49er football, I don't think you get a weird feeling when they're out there, you know, after a sack, after a penalty, after this. Like Brock allows the 49ers to stay competitive on first and long and first and short, like second and short. Like it doesn't faze Brock. Like, and I feel like that's what makes them the real deal. We've seen it for the past couple of years, so everything that we've been seeing has been for real. Like he's just solidifying who he is, what he is, and he's trying to find ways to upgrade his gameplay. And so that's what you're getting. Now you're getting remember we said we want to see Brock move out the pocket. We want to see Brock. The only thing I think Brock need to work on, bro, is stepping up in the pocket. I feel like that's his area of weakness. He will move backwards, and then next thing you know, you can't outrun the cover, outrun the pressure, opposed to just stepping up in the pocket.
Yeah,
possibly allowing the pressure to collide against one another, and then you could still make the throw. Or if you see you and a linebacker, you take off, you put the ookie bookie move on them, and you just take off for 4, 5, 6 yards. And if you slide and get hit, God willing, you get up and you get another flag. Like those are the little things I think Brock needs to improve on, man. And he does that, bro. Like my comparison to Brock Purdy, nobody's gonna want to hear this shit, but it is what it is. Brock Purdy is the new dangerous. Like, he's the new Russell Wilson of the NFL, yo.
Ooh,
he might not have as strong of
praise.
His arm as Russ did, but that can happen over time.
We're talking about prime Russell Wilson, not this new version of...
Right. Make that clear, please. Yeah, definitely. And you can't tell me Prime earned his name Danger Russ because the dude literally was a Danger Russ. Like, this dude, you like, oh, you got him. No, you don't. Oh, you got... Yes, no, you don't. Oh, you thought you... No, you don't. And when we played him last in Denver, he beat us. I mean, we did dumb shit, but he found a way to win. He found a way to get his team to win because he don't lose to the 49ers. So that's the Brock Purdy that that's what I'm seeing from Brock, bro. I feel like he could roll out. He's tiny. He has his physical, disadvantages. It is what it is. He can't change the way he was born. Right? Like, you can't change that. All right? Got little hands. Oh, well. Got to figure it out. So that's why I think the Niners are the real deal. Yeah. It makes it work. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he makes it work. All right. Last but not least, in the NFC West, first place, Seattle Seahawks, man. 3-1. How do you feel about them, man? This has got to be an optical illusion, right? They not this good, Wayne.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Connerly Mom 5 on the live Madden stream earlier today. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to give them credit because they're winning.
Bro, not only are they winning, their point differential is so similar to the Niners. Have you seen it?
Go ahead.
We've got 103 points for, like that we have scored. They and allowed 82. They have 102 points scored and allowed 85. Like, they right there.
Super
right
similar
there with the Niners.
Super similar. What's going on, Dion? So, like, look, my point is, like, you got to give them credit for taking advantage and winning the games they're supposed to win. They lost to a juggernaut team in the NFC that just chose to find a way to run the ball down the throat. We watched a game on Sunday Night Football. I think it was Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. Pardon me. We watched a game where we thought we were going to get this defensive juggernaut, monstrous of a game, low scoring, and it ended up being like 96-93, like literally a basketball score.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm exaggerating for everybody out there, but if you know who Wayne Breezy is, that's what I do. But like, that was crazy. We and look, Seattle right now, they had a nice lead, but it's about to get real because now they about to play these division games. They about to play teams that are a little tough. They're about to play teams that just own them. And so, like, it could get real. Seattle can lose their next 2 games, and the next thing you know, they shouldn't lose next week, but this week, excuse me. But next week, they're going to face the Niners. And you know how the Niners travel to Seattle.
Yeah, they come out there, no joke at all. All right, that's what I was trying to do. It actually worked out. I wanted to get the AFC North off the wheel so we could spin it again. So that worked out perfectly. All right, where are we at on time? We probably can get through a few more of these real quick. All right, here we go, baby.
I'm with you, Jax. We win in the next 2 games. I can feel it.
AFC South is on the docket, baby. Oh man,
it's Texans, and then everybody else is trash. I don't even know if we need to waste our time with this. And I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody's shitting on the Texans. They want to crap on C.J. Stroud, and I
How
get
they
it.
shitting on them? They 3-1
because they just not winning like they.
Oh, this might be the weirdest. This might be the weirdest 3-1 I ever seen, bro. Go
ahead, bro. Tell me when
crazy.
To shut up, bro.
No, because they haven't even scored 80 points on the season yet. They got 79 points for them, and they've allowed 94 points. So it's like when they win,
you understand
cool. When they lose, they get blown out.
Name another show that's giving y'all the point differential. Like I'm telling you, might be on some different stuff. I didn't know this was coming, but this is my point.
That's crazy.
This is my point. And here's the biggest issue for them, right? When they got to play these tough teams that, will look to run the ball down their throat, and they can't match that, that's the problem. Look, y'all can say what y'all want. Last year, it was all about Dameon Pierce helping. As good as C.J. Stroud played, Dameon Pierce was the reason. This year, they start off hot because Joe Mixon is healthy. Now Joe Mixon hasn't been healthy. They can't really get Cam Akers going. They like buried Dameon Pierce, but I don't know what he did to the team or who he slept with and got pregnant. But he done messed up in that organization or something.
So it seems like they might be an optical illusion, but for the other reason, not because of the record, but because they play better than what we see in them play right now.
I like that. I like that as an optical. But the crazy thing is they're 3-1, so they're still the real deal.
Well, your record's going to say who you are.
Right, they're the real deal. They just It's just a different version.
They haven't
of the
hit their
real
stride
deal.
yet. They survive in the struggle.
Yes, which is good. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They're surviving the struggle.
Yeah. I got a question for you. Let's flip it to the opposite side. We're not going to do the whole division, but they got a team that's 0-4 in this division, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We could do the whole division. There's only 3 more teams.
There were some people saying the Jaguars might be a team this year, and they look a little boo-boo.
It's something about the coordinating of the play calling, and, as a 49er fan, when the play calls are bad. I'm going to do a better job at dissecting. When I say that I didn't like the play calling, I'm gonna do a better job at explaining what I didn't like on my Patreon. I really am. You know why? I know people don't like Cam Newton. I love Cam Newton, and he has his show 4th and 1, and he did who was the team? I can't remember the team, but he did the play call, and they were trying to blame it on the offensive line not blocking or the running back not being able to get the yard. And he was like, it ain't none of their fault. It's the play caller fault. He was like, yo, you running an option play, right? And you're supposed to read the option on the defensive end, and the tackle is supposed to take the second tier of the defense, which is the linebacker, the outside linebacker, and who's blocking the end? You didn't have nobody blocking the end. So then the end's going to come in there and just literally muff up everything. So if you hand it off because you didn't read the end right, it's a tackle for a loss easily. And so, some play callers aren't going to take the accountability for that, but it really do be sometimes the play calls that be wrong. It's not just the execution for the players. You know what I'm saying? And look, y'all ain't got to take Cam Newton's word for it, but as an option running quarterback, I think I'll take his word when he's talking about the read option, RPO, whatever you want to call it, because that's what he was great at. He wasn't great as a passer, but he was probably one of the best RPO quarterbacks we've seen in our lifetime. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of dope. I think they're the real deal, man. I don't think they're good. I think their play calling is suspect, and I hear that Travis Etienne might be on the trade block.
Oh, that'll be something for real. For real.
Javier, Wayne, I'm with you, bro. We did the other teams. We didn't do the Colts, and we didn't do the.
I'm not worried about the Colts, and I'm not worried. No, I'm not, because they. I mean, come on.
I can't even think of the other team, though.
Titans. It's the Titans. They not worth Titans and Colts.
Why is it that I can never remember the Titans?
It's tough. And you're supposed to remember the Titans because of the name. Like, if you can't remember the Titans,
I see what you did
from Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
All right. The Buccaneers are 3-1.
I believe
and
it,
they
though.
look like world beaters. You think the Buccaneers are the real deal?
I think the Buccaneers are more the real deal than the Saints.
Wow.
I do. The Bucs are built. They built. They got the offensive line. They got, like, Baker Mayfield. You could tell the game finally slowed down on them. Their when their defense is on, their defense is on. The only time their defense was off, can you guess, was when they got their asses handed to them. But do you know who didn't play in that game, bro?
Their running back.
No. I'm talking about their defense. Why are you going to mention their running back? You with me, Mike?
I don't know. I was talking about like, because sometimes it can mess up the rhythm if players on the field.
Oh, yeah, I get where you're going. Nah, Vita Vea didn't play. It was like a last game decision, not going to play. And they got their asses whipped by Denver, bro. Literally. The Denver Broncos was able to score. I think it was Bo Nix's first touchdowns.
Yeah.
We're like,
I know
what?
what you're talking about.
Yeah. But I think Baker's playing really good football, bro. And he literally was dialing it up last week. I need to see it, but if he's beating top defenses and good defenses, I need to see it against the Niners and those other defenses.
It's crazy you say that you think the Saints are fakes because they have scored 30 more points and allowed 8 less points. Like, the Saints' point differential is crazy.
More explosive plays down the field, but if you take away those explosive plays to Rashid Shaheed, you're a totally different team, right? And so, like, who the hell did the Saints play, and what dumbass defenses allowed that little young cat to get down the field on them every single time? Notice when his explosive plays are limited, they don't move the ball as well. But Derek Carr is looking to take the ball and move it down the field. I'm not taking anything away from it. That's part of football, right? So, like, that's part of the game. You want that. But if that's all they're doing, like last week, they finally started dialing it up, getting Chris Olave involved. I don't know what's taking him so long.
And Taysom Hill, yeah.
Well, Taysom Hill's going to be out for a while now. He got this rib fracture.
Mm-hmm.
So and they were pounding the rock.
We not gonna worry about the Panthers. They are the real deal. They that trash. That's real. My question to you is this: which team?
I think the Panthers is. I think they might be. I'm not sure.
They'll be picking first again, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
Don't let Andy Dalton fool you. This
I'm
is
not.
what he do. He come out good for one game.
Nah, that's not true. Andy Dalton was consistent last year when he got time to play. I think it was early enough. I'm not saying they're going to go to the playoffs or anything, but their offense has shifted the moment Andy Dalton became quarterback. I mean, shifted. You're getting the rookie Xavier Legette, your second round pick. He's getting involved.
See him getting involved.
Yeah. Like, and you need that. They needed that. Matter of fact, the moment Andy Dalton comes in, Chuba Hubbard picks up. How is that? That's my point.
Well,
like you got
it presents a little bit of balance now.
Because it presents a little bit of balance, Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna win every game, but they're gonna win some games.
They'll compete though. Which team is more real in the NFC South? The Saints or the Falcons?
The Saints.
They're more real. Okay. All right. That's it.
The Falcons, in my opinion, are just an optical illusion. They got all these great players, bro, and they just can't be coached right. If I'm the coach or if I'm the GM, I'm trying to move some of these players off of here and starting all over. And find a coordinator to let the coordinator or coach pick the players that he want. Like, you know what I mean?
You think we could get Kyle Pitts for a third?
Mike.
No? Okay. All right.
No.
Let's go ahead and spin.
Mike, did you see my tweet? People shitting on me about my tweet, but I can shit back on them if I want to. But I choose not to. I said the in-season trade this year needs to be for Kyle Pitts.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we be thinking alike.
People are shitting on Kyle Pitts because they're not getting the production from Kyle Pitts. Let me just remind everybody that he plays in Atlanta. And if the Atlanta Falcons drafted the best running back in football and he can't get going, help me understand why you expect Drake London, Kyle Pitts to get going. It's something about the way that offense is ran. I bet you if you had if you had the Minnesota Vikings offensive game plan in Atlanta with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, listen, Mike, it don't take a brain surgeon to figure it out. I need Kyle Pitts to be T.J. Hawkinson, no problem. I need Drake London to be ain't nobody him, but I need Drake London to be the number one receiver like Justin Jefferson, no problem. Why is it that Kirk Cousins can't get going in Atlanta? It's something about Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
We know what Kirk Cousins could do.
That goes back to what I said about the Browns. It's like it's just something about the Browns. I just feel like it's just who they are for some reason. Like
Atlanta messed up when they let go of the coach that he now coaches for the Commanders. That's when they messed up. They died after that. Dan Quinn, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
That's the year Kyle Shanahan left and became the 49ers coach. So that's how bad Atlanta has been. Now, I can't talk shit about Atlanta because they bust our ass. But they beat us because they came out more physical than we did. That's what never mind. It's not that show, bro. I'm writing my keys to victory. And that's how if the Cardinals beat us, it's because of that. It ain't because of nothing else.
Yeah. All right. I got a question for you. AFC North. I don't know if that's where it's going to land, but I do want to ask you about the
AFC
Kansas
West?
City Chiefs. No. Oh, yeah, AFC West. I'm sorry. Thank God it landed there. AFC West. Are the Chiefs a real 4-0 team, or are they the luckiest 4-0 team ever? Like, come on, man. Please. Like, or maybe it's just me as a Niner. I'm just hating on the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, what is it, Wayne? I don't feel like this is the real deal. I don't feel like their record reflects how they really play.
Their record doesn't reflect how they play, but Mike, we can't sit there and say good teams find ways to win and bad teams find ways to lose.
And then all they do is win. So, okay.
Now,
so they
you
the
could
real
say
deal.
that, hey, the refs help them out. Oh, well, that's what happens when you're a good team. You get a little help. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you got a guy like Patrick Mahomes. You get a little help. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to shit on the Chiefs, but you're 100% correct when you say that their record doesn't reflect the way they look. And now Rashid Rice is on the IR, and now they got to rely on like Juju, Sky Moore. I'm just thinking of these other. They got receivers. They're not going to trade for nobody. They got guys. The question, and I think they're going to be getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire back. He's coming back at some point. Kareem Hunt might have a big week this week. Let's see what happens. Look, Chiefs about to be 5-0, bro. And it don't even make sense. And we want to hate, but we can't. I don't see them being lucky. You can't say that they lucky and they finding ways to win. Well, if that's luck, we have the worst luck.
Okay. I mean, but both can be true. I just want you to know that both can be true.
100% true. I just don't see them being. I can't call them lucky. When they got a guy that knows how to win games. When they got a guy that knows how to win games. Like it's hard for me to call them lucky. You get what I'm saying? Because it comes down to like giving Patrick Mahomes the ball. And you know whenever he's out on the football field, whether he got luck on his side or not, he's going to be Patrick Mahomes. It don't matter if he down by 30 or 3, you're going to get Patrick Mahomes. And yeah, he might need a little luck. He might need Jesus to part the Red Sea. Whatever. Like, it is what it is. But he going to get it. I think they the real deal. They just not the Chiefs that we are used to seeing. They haven't been for a while, though.
Right.
They haven't been like that ever since they lost Tyreek Hill. Why are we bugging?
Yeah.
Why are we tripping?
But they find ways to win, like you said.
They find ways to win.
All right. And then, so that's going to do it for that division because everybody else is just at 2-2. I don't want us to waste time there. The Raiders aren't as good as 2-2. The Broncos aren't as good as 2-2. And I think the Chargers might be better than 2-2. All right. But that takes us to the NFC North. And in the NFC North, this is probably the most winning division in the NFL. I could be wrong, but you got the 4-0 Vikings, the 3-1 Lions, and then both teams at the bottom are at 2-2. What do you think about this division, man? Are the Vikings as good as 4-4? Come on, man. Sam Darnold, this is an optical illusion. I don't care. It's an optical illusion.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be. This. It's got to be an optical illusion. But you know what happens when you got a coach that trusts the quarterback?
They be making shit happen, don't they?
Oh, yes, sir.
Bro, they have scored the third most points in the NFC.
Sam Darnold leads the NFL in touchdown passes, bro. You can't
They have allowed the least amount of points in the NFC. They got the third highest scoring offense in the NFC and the best score defense in the NFC, bro. What? What are we saying right now about the Vikings?
And they lost the Neil Hunter in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in.
I'm going home. I'm getting sick to my stomach.
But
man.
can I just say this?
Please.
Before we dip out, I think they got the toughest division the toughest division in the NFL, hands down. I think every team in that division is hard, straight up. Pause. I know I'm gonna be missing one. I'm gonna be missing one.
Outs.
I stop at the Packers. Who's the other team?
Packers,
Vikings, Lions, and Bears. Bears might be the weakest link, but I guarantee they got the #1 defense in the NFL. Like, let that sink in.
Nah, no, they don't.
They up there.
Not points allowed. Not points allowed.
I'm not just talking about points allowed. I'm not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not just about points, bro. You talk about scoring defense. So that means if the Vikings give up 3 points and you could get 6, you could beat them. You could beat them.
We out of here. That's it. We going home. That is it. We hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. No harm, no foul is over, man.
Sorry, y'all.
Thank y'all very much. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this has been No Harm, No Foul. You ready to go? I'm sorry. Sky, man, please.